and gentlemen, please stand up.
Now, please welcome the show for bloody good Kiwis across the country.
It's time.
It's time for This is Bhuja with Lee Hart and Jason Hoyt.
Oh yes, indeed, summer. G'day, New Zealand. Welcome to Daily Bhuja. It is Thursday, the 22nd of November, 2018. Great to have your company, Lee Hart, Lobbit and Noche. G'day, mate.
Yeah, g'day. Yeah, great song to kick off. You just got that Fiji vibe off tomorrow, and
Yeah,
I
mate.
just feel that. You know, I've got the suntan lotion on already, as you can smell.
That's weird.
Yeah.
You got some sort of face mask going on?
Yeah, it's all part of it, mate. It's the prepping. I spend a lot of time in the sun.
Can I say there's a bit of there's something about Mary, about that thing hanging off your ear there.
Yep.
You might want to just sort of wipe that off a little bit.
No, that stays, mate. That stays.
Okay, that's deliberate, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I must say it's very prepared of you to already be doing your sunblock and putting on all the masks and stuff. That's a top effort.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you're a sort of a method actor in many ways. You know, you get into a role. I go on holiday. I like to get into holiday mode before I go. And also putting the lotion on, as we'll talk about later, putting those layers in a couple of days before you go really permeates the skin.
Yeah, it does, mate. You're a big advocate, Matty, I know, of making sure you're not going into the holiday period or the overseas trip half-cocked. So you started on the Tuesday.
Yeah, well, you can't. The old saying is you can't go into a holiday at this sort of pace, and you need one foot out the door at least a week out. So
it's a waste of your holiday if you've only got 4 or 5 days, and it takes you 2 or 3 days to relax.
Unwind.
You need to do that before you go.
Yeah,
exactly. And you've got the old Peter Andre unbuttoned Hawaiian shirt going on. That's very
mate.
nice.
Well, you know, when you've been working hard on your body over the winter period, why not show it off? You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I think it's going a bit far. You know, you've got some guy, I don't know who's done it, with the whiteboard marker writing on your chest, 222 days at the gym across your chest. I mean, that's a little bit...
Well, that's not a whiteboard marker, that's a tat, mate.
Is it?
Yeah. I realise now that I've got this amazing body, I better start inking up.
Was your tattooist just in a hurry or something?
I've got to start inking up. That's what everyone does these days, don't they? They get on the ink.
Yep.
Hey, hell of a show we've got. We're going to be speaking to Merv from the Wombats.
Yeah.
We were bagging them yesterday. It was actually today that the interview was.
Bagging.
How bad.
And also the Loop Duty Free. We've got $500 to give away.
We're going to call that winner.
And we're chatting to Bowden Barrett, of course, a big fan of this show.
Are we?
Yep. And also, who else? Ray Wolf.
Brilliant. Here's Oasis. G'day, New Zealand. But all I'm saying, Matt, is that, don't make it obvious, all right? I know it's sunny out there and I know there's a lot going on, but you've got to be a bit discreet about it. You know what I mean?
Well, say she's got great bone structure in the face when all you were doing is looking at her ass, if you know what I'm saying.
I thought you were talking about me playing Fijian music under the...
Oh, right, okay, we'll talk about that now. Right, sorry.
I thought it was... Be subtle because you can't rub it in because not everyone's going to Fiji. But she does have great bone structure.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did you know that? She had it back to us.
You can tell, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm just excited for Fiji, guys. I'm pumped.
I'm in the zone already.
Can I just make the point very firmly right now, if I may? It's not till tomorrow, fellas. In the meantime, we've got a show to do.
Hey.
And I don't want my co-hosts with 1 foot out the bloody door. We've got a show to do.
I'm with you, Jason, on this.
Thanks, mate.
Hey, if they can play Christmas carols this early, I think we can play Fijian music, is all I'm saying.
Oh, God,
yeah, no, but Rory Rosegard, remember radio school? Remember, what did he say? Just before afternoon tea on the second day. Show's not over till it's over. Remember that?
No, I don't remember that, actually. But, I mean, I don't...
Actually, I don't think you were there that day.
I don't disregard that he may have said that. I mean, it's a good sentiment to have.
I think what he's alluding to is, you've got a show to do. It's not over till it's over.
Speaking of Christmas, how's the shopping going? You're not going to buy your wife jewellery from the warehouse again, are you, Lee? Have you learnt your lesson from that?
Years ago, wasn't it?
Well, it was last year. And she wasn't happy when she found out it was from the warehouse. That's not to denigrate the warehouse by any stretch of the imagination, by the way. It's a bloody good
It
establishment.
was off a Barbie doll, wasn't it?
No, it was literally from the. I feel terrible now. But I was trying to get in the right queue because I leave my shopping to the last minute. And there's huge queues at the warehouse. I was buying like Lilos or some camping equipment or something more family orientated that you'd get at the warehouse. But the queues were so big, I thought I'd be clever, and I saw there was like a jewellery kiosk with a, with the till on it, FPOS on it, and someone standing there, and no one was queuing up there. I thought, what if I could be clever? I'll take these camping items, whatever they were, over there, and she's probably still got the codes, and it'd be no big deal. No one's thought of it. Sure enough, I went over there, and I could. But because I was standing there, I sort of saw this jewellery there, and I thought I might as well buy something as well. I'm on such a roll. So I ended up, what did I get? It was
it was some sort of earrings, wasn't it?
It was definitely diamonds in appearance. That's right. Oh, I made it worse. And yeah, they were diamonds. They were earrings, I think. And I did that thing on Christmas Day where I actually got them and I put them in the Christmas tree and had them hanging on like by one of the decorations, and we're all opening our presents and stuff, and her parents were there as well, and I said, hey, why don't you go to the tree and have a closer look?
Oh no.
And she said, yeah, no, have a closer look, you might just see something pretty special. And she, oh wow, and grabbed these diamond earrings out of there, and straight away she could tell they were oh, what time was it? She listening to this? Oh, it was embarrassing.
Well,
then the box came out because I tried to get rid of the box. It was a real shocker. It actually wrecked the whole Christmas session.
Well, to be fair, it's not as bad as buying your mother-in-law a chemise.
A chemise. I think I told you to do it. I didn't.
It was your advice. I was like, what do you buy your bloody mother-in-law? And you said, go for the chemise. And I went, oh, okay. And it was a very racy...
Like a see-through thing, wasn't it?
It was a very racy chemise. And that was awkward.
Did you ever see her in it?
Well, no, I didn't. But I mean, you can imagine what it's like when everyone's, all the kids are there and the family members are there, and she's opening out the present, and it's a very
lacy
chemise,
Provocative chemise.
Yeah.
Oh well, you live and learn at these Christmas things. But that's more coming up. Hey, we've got a few questions from our texters.
Should we go to those next?
Yeah, that's I'm thinking. That's what we'll do after this. So if you've got any more, text in now because we're going to text questions next.
Here's Basement Jacks. Basement Jacks here on Radio Hauraki this Thursday afternoon. Very nice to have your company, New Zealand. A lot of people texting in, saying g'day, telling us what's going on in their lives. We like that.
Did you see that one that said, hey team, I went to Fiji in August. You'll find lots of Bhujanists and also a plethora of tattered up Bundabergs swilling loud Aussie bogans. Enjoy, Rodrigo.
Yeah, thanks, Rodrigo. Yes, well, we often talk about the fact that there's like a Bhuja plague all around the planet, actually. A lot of people listen to Bhuja all around the world, Lee.
I wouldn't call it a plague.
Well, a Bhuja virus.
I was thinking about something a bit more...
A Bhuja
positive,
wave.
Wave, yeah.
Okay, we'll go with wave.
Bhujamania.
Bhujamania, that's nice.
Now, look, someone's texted in here, Ted, from Cromwell. He's basically saying, guys, need some advice for my love making with my partner. You often talk about what he's reading here, we talk about maybe sometimes the accessories, etc., to bring into your love life.
The accoutrements.
Yeah. He says, fellas, what if you could name one accessory for your love life, what would it be? Yeah, good question, actually. What would it be if you could only bring one thing in to your love life, one extramarital aid, if you like? For me, actually, it's...
Extramarital?
Yeah, extramarital. Extramarital aid. I would...
Isn't an extramarital aid... Isn't extramarital outside the marriage?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, extra...
I mean, I wouldn't be bringing any toys to my marital situation.
Well, you don't need them there.
I think you mean what marital aids would you have in your monogamous relationship?
I'm not saying extramarital, extra items. Extra as in other things.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what accessories would you bring into your lovemaking with your partner if you could only bring one? And it's funny, because a lot of people would be thinking about a lot of the battery-powered devices, etc. you can get nowadays. Your gels, your creams you talked about, Jason, at length the other day. If I could name one thing...
There's one.
Yeah. It would be one of those if I can name one thing, it would be one of those headlamps that you put on. You know, hands-free headlamp.
What, when you go caving?
When you go caving, camping, that kind of thing. Hands-free. You're hands-free. You've got the straps around your head and the little lamp there. You can turn it off and on. It can be on strobe or straight beam.
I don't know what you're doing with your hand there, but carry on.
The reason I'm saying this, a lot of people like making love with the lights on. A lot of people like making love with the lights off. This way you can get the best of both worlds. You can see what you're doing. You've got your little headlamp on. You've got a hands-free system. You can do what you want to do without upsetting them if they're a lights-off person or more of a lights-on person, if you know what I'm saying. See where I'm going with this?
Yeah, But I mean, if you don't like lights, for example, you're a lights-off person.
But the light is focused.
Someone wearing a caving helmet with a massive
not a helmet,
glaring light.
It's not a helmet. It's just the straps around your head.
Yeah, but with that big glaring light.
It's not that big. They're pretty small nowadays. And the point is, it's not obtrusive. You can just put light on where you need the light to see what you're doing. You don't need to be lighting the whole situation, the whole room, the whole ugly apartment. You just need to be highlighting the important aspects of what's going on. No thoughts on that? And your hands are free. You're not holding a torch, are you? Now, in the old days, you would have had to have a torch in one hand, and you'd be trying to do everything with the other hand. But this way, you've got the hands-free system.
Which end of the torch are you using?
No, the torch will be for the lot.
I can't say I've ever held a torch while I've been making love.
Really?
Yeah, really.
You better kerosene lamp.
Yes, news. Midnight Oil there on Radio Hodaki, Thursday afternoon in this great country of ours.
A lot of people texting in about our last conversation about accessories while you're making love. I said a headlight, one of those caving type headlights.
Yes.
That you might use on a mountain bike with the straps around your head is a great thing. You mentioned flashlights, and someone said flashlights, different thing altogether.
Yeah.
We're talking about just illuminating a situation without having to light up the whole room, Jace. Because once you do that, you lose the atmosphere of the room. You've created a mood in a room. You may have draped some chemisy things over your lamps to get nice soft lighting. Maybe you've lit some candles. You don't need to.
Oh, look, I'm a big fan of the candles.
There you go. So all you need is just a bit of a headlight on the top of your head just to guide you around there.
Forgive me, but it just feels a little bit excessive to me. If you're in
you can switch it off.
The last thing you want to be doing when you're making love, right, and you're in the throes of passion, is for your headlight to go into strobe. I mean, because then you're in some sort of weird nightmare scenario. You know what I mean?
There's nothing worse when you make love and you start.
Look, all you need to do when you're talking about AIDS and you're talking about what you need to bring to the bedroom, an open mind.
Well, you definitely don't want to bring AIDS to the bedroom.
An open mind.
The last thing you want to bring to the bedroom.
An open mind and love is all you need to bring to the bedroom.
And,
all right?
And a headlamp.
Well, I mean, Matt, have you ever had a headlight on? Actually, you probably have. But have you ever worn a headlight when you've been making love?
I can't say I have. I sort of treat sex like Braille if I'm in the dark. You sort of by touch.
Well, there's something deeply sensuous, isn't there, about being in the dark, the two of you coming together, exploring each other's bodies.
You don't have to turn it into a bloody...
without the visual accompaniment and just by touch.
You don't have to turn it into a poem. You're just banging each other in the dark, really.
I know what you're saying, Jace, but it's nice to know where you are.
I worry about your attitude in the bedroom, man.
Where you are on the road map, so to speak.
Well, I mean, if you don't know where you are on the road map by feeling someone's body, then you shouldn't be on the road.
Threesomes?
Or the tunnel.
Here's the Killers. Somebody told me.
If you're having a threesome and there's another guy involved, you might want a headlamp on.
Bhuja with Lee and Jace on Radio Hodaki.
The Killers there on Radio Hodaki Thursday afternoon. Great news, Lee Harton. This is the power of radio, my friend. You'll recall, of course, the Auckland City Council was going to put tolls on the Harbour Bridge. Why were they going to do that? Because they were trying to raise millions of dollars, so that they could pay for an inner-city scooter lane.
That's right.
Around the inner city of Auckland. You and I, and Matt to a certain degree, we got one of the councillors on air.
That's right.
And we went and we said this is completely inappropriate because the rest of the country was going to have to pay for it as well. We said New Zealanders don't buy it, won't buy it. And now the council has just come out and said, due to external pressures and hearing the voice
right.
of New Zealanders, we have decided to can the idea of putting a toll on the harbour bridge. And I don't want to say it's all our doing, but I'm going to say it's all our doing.
That's right. I think the quote was the voice of reason, and in many ways you could call this show the voice of reason.
Yeah.
I
Bhuja,
thought it was
the voice
because a
of
bunch
reason.
of Hamiltonians were threatening to bottle him.
Well, I'll tell you what, whatever the
have
pressure
added to it,
was.
obviously.
Other controversy, of course, on that front, the Gay Pride Parade, the Hero Parade, right?
Right.
Controversy, of course.
Yeah, I can't,
Ridiculous.
I can't quite understand it. So the controversy is that they don't want police officers there in uniform.
Put it this way: if they could, their synopsis of what this whole Hero Parade is all about, surely is celebrating diversity.
Indeed.
Surely that
Yes.
would be the quickest way of surmising what the heck they're all about.
Yes.
Right?
And in fact, that's what the organiser has said is exactly about.
Exactly. And the police wanted to march with them, you know. Good on them, having a bit of sense of humour. They want to be in uniform, of course, but marching. In the past, they painted up their cars pink, all sorts of stuff to get into the spirit of it. Yet the organiser, give me a name.
I don't know why you're looking at me.
Yeah.
Joe Jury, could you... no.
Julian Cook, is it?
No. Joe Jury, if you could pop in here for a moment, that would be great. She said... no, but we don't feel safe because they're in uniforms, all this sort of stuff. Really, and all these sponsors are pulling out now from the thing,
yes, they
including
are.
this network here, and then me have pulled
To
out.
what she responded, well, it's not about the money anyway, it's about the community. So,
Wasn't one of the village people a policeman?
yes,
That's
indeed. Well, and her argument, though, is that they believe the police force has discriminated against the LGBT community and so forth, and so therefore they think it's inappropriate that they would be there due to their bias over the last few years.
Yeah, Sissy Rock, I believe, is
Sissy
the
Rock, okay.
chairman or whatever name they have as the head of this. But what's in the past is the past. This is the whole point of celebrating diversity now. The police, to their credit, are trying to show that we are behind you and that we are not, not that we ever actively, but we're all for this stuff.
Yeah.
And you.
It's looking forward,
Take
isn't it? God, how sensible of you.
How ridiculous. And
You're
also,
right.
but all these sponsors pulling out now, so the whole parade is probably going to suffer. Probably won't even happen now, I would argue. Used to be a great thing.
And to clarify, this isn't Sting and his band. This is the armed police.
Yeah, not Stu Copeland
Set the
and
communities
Sting
together.
and so forth. But I remember going to that a few years ago. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it is. It's a great time.
I saw on TV, the past chairman or whatever of the Hero Parade, or not quite sure, I'm getting all the names wrong here, said this is ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. More the merrier.
Yeah,
Isn't that what it's about?
It is. It is about that.
Let's celebrate diversity. More the merrier. If some guy wants to walk down there in a 3-piece suit and a bowler hat, he should be able to, because that's what he does. That's his thing.
Yeah. Look, you're not going to get an argument from me on that, actually. So let's hope they come to their senses and everyone joins together, hand in hand, as a community going
but
forward.
this is anti-diversity. This Sissy Rock. I'd like her to come on the show.
Okay, she might be listening. In the
doubt it.
meantime, let's take a break, and we'll be back with some doozy stuff. Red Hot Chili Peppers there on Radio Hodaki. Don't forget, Radio Hodaki, in addition with Live Nation, presents Red Hot Chili Peppers. Friday, March 8th, 2019, Spark Arena in Auckland. General tickets on sale Monday, November 26th. But
Wouldn't it be great if it's an easy way people could just enter it and
Well,
maybe
funny you
get
should
along
say
to the
that.
gig somehow?
because all people need to do is listen to Radio Hodaki tomorrow, and every hour we'll be giving away tickets to that gig.
That's crazy.
Every hour tomorrow, so make sure you bloody listen to Radio Hodaki.
And make sure you
But
listen
how
to...
though? What's the mechanic on that? What's going to happen?
Pardon?
I don't know, people call up.
People call up and they get a ticket to
Get
it.
double pass.
I mean, just because you chuck the word mechanic in there doesn't, suddenly make it legit.
And tonight at 9 o'clock, I'm playing the entire album Blood Sugar Sex Magic in its entirety. That's why I said entire.
Wow. Hey, we've got a caller on the line. G'day, man.
G'day, mate.
How you going, man? Who are we speaking to?
You right, man?
You're speaking to Jason.
Jason, how you going, buddy?
I'm doing fine, thank you very much, Jace.
Oh, that's good, Jace. Whereabouts are you?
I'm in sunny Dunedin.
Oh, beautiful, mate. Oh, it's been a bit wet down there, eh?
But damn,
Yeah. Hey, listen, Jace, you heard the Bhuja Hawk, didn't you?
yes.
You just won yourself a Bhuja Hawk t-shirt, my friend.
Oh, hot dang.
Good on you, mate. Stay on the line, our good mate Tom will set you up. No worries at all. Thanks for the call.
Hot dang indeed.
Hey, here's Dave.
Get relaxing with the music. Get relaxing with Dave.
Lots of Sound and vision there, David Bowie on our Radio Hodaki this Thursday afternoon. Don't forget, a little bit later on in the show, of course, we're going to be giving away $500 thanks to our mate at Loop Duty Free.
Yeah.
That's going to be a bit of a doozy.
We're going to swing through for them on the way back from Fiji. Obviously, if we go on the way, then we'll end up consuming it.
I think that's the safe bet,
So we
eh?
have a trolley, right?
Maybe get it on the way back rather
like a
than...
basket, perhaps.
Yeah. Now, listen, the time is 6 minutes to 5 o'clock. Do we have time for Name That Tune?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Now, look, this is something just... What's the word? Just flew into my head. This tune and... God. What did we just come out of then?
Dave.
Did
Dave
we? All right,
Bowie.
well... What do you do? Off to Fiji tomorrow. I want to leave him with a goodie.
Gonna have to play the news at some stage.
If you can name that tune, New Zealand, give us a call right now on 0800 Hodaki. Love to hear from you.
Bhuja with KFC. Got dinner sorted? Pick up a quarter pack on your way home. Here we go. The Red Hot Chili Peppers, one of the most iconic acts in rock history, returns to New Zealand.
One big organic sound ball.
Live Nation presents
Hi, I'm Fleet. I'm Anthony. I'm Josh. Chad here. With the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
the Red Hot Chili Peppers live at Spark Arena. Friday, March 8, 2019.
Give a damn.
Don't miss the Red Hot Chili Peppers live.
Stand by.
Pre-sale tickets available now. General tickets on sale midday Monday from livenation.co.nz.
This is Hodaki News.
Kia ora, good afternoon. Laura Mibbett here with your Hodaki update. A woman's in critical condition after being stabbed in Auckland CBD this afternoon. It happened on Anzac Ave near Wilson Parking Building. Contractors in Otago are cleaning up after this week's heavy rain. Middlemarch residents are still asked to avoid drinking water from private bores after a sewage leak. Drivers should also pay attention to road signs as many roads are still closed. And Auckland's waterfront tram will be back up and running for the 2021 America's Cup. Mayor Phil Goff says councillors have decided not to scrap it and voted to fully reinstate it to its 2011 original loop.
If we decide to rip it up, it's gone forever and we'll die wondering whether it might have been a great attraction.
That's news. And in sport, Auckland Tuatara infielder Luke Hansen says he's still in disbelief about the rise of baseball in New Zealand. He says things have happened so quickly and he never thought he'd be a part of a professional team this year. Controlling tempo is key for the football Ferns ahead of tonight's OFC Nations Cup match against the Cook Islands in New Caledonia. New Zealand beat Tonga in their tournament opener with a relentless 11-goal victory, while the Cook Islands suffered 3-0 defeat to Fiji in their first match. And Blackstick striker Jared Panchias made his 100th international appearance during the recent win over Malaysia, with brother Aaron sharing the turf with him. I'm Lauren Mabbott. All the latest news and sport is online at nzherald.co.nz.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.
Lee Hart, Jason Hoyt, and Matt Ward. This is Bhuja on Hodaki.
I've never heard that one before.
Neither. That's
Jeez,
cool.
that was interesting, wasn't it? I wonder if young Tom made that. But there you go. Welcome back to the show, by the way. Before 5, as always, Lee Hart played his tune. What a great tune it was, Lee.
You knew it, didn't you?
No, I didn't actually. Let's see if Joe did. G'day, mate!
G'day, mate.
How's life, Joe?
What's that, mate?
How's life?
Oh, great. Baking in the sun today here in Auckland.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it is a nice day, isn't it? It's been pretty crap the couple of days previous, but a beautiful day today. All right, Joe, can you name that tune?
Was it Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine?
Afraid not. But while we've got you there, just in respect to the rest of the show, would you pay zero money for this show, $1, $2, or $5 for the particular show you've heard so far?
Oh, I think you'd be in the -5 there, mate. No,
Joe!
No, that's good. That's a good point. It's a good point.
We never actually had it. We never actually talked about
Yeah, well,
if we
negative.
might
We'd
end
have
up
to be
paying
pumping
people.
money into their
you
account.
might be in the red. Yeah.
So what do you reckon then?
Oh,
One?
It's a very good show, mate. $1. There you go.
Yeah,
Thanks,
$1,
Joe.
there you go.
Just pleads
Just
from
an idea
Joe.
whether we should do this or not. That's all.
Does that get affected
generous.
by the fact that I've got the All Blacks 23 team to face Italy in my hot little hand?
I heard about that.
No, we'll talk
Interesting.
about that soon. Hey, Joe, have a great afternoon, buddy.
You guys too. Cheers.
Thanks, mate. Let's go to Zach. G'day, mate.
G'day, mate.
How's life, Zach?
Oh, it's all right, mate.
Yeah, good.
Good times, good times.
Yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, I just sit in my car, got home from work.
Yeah, nice. And you're in the driveway?
Yeah, mate.
God. You're right, Lee. How many people listen to the show in their driveways?
Driveway FM, mate. I told you.
Oh, it's the best place to listen, mate.
It is, it is. All right, Zach, can you name that tune?
Or was it Lou Reed, Walk on the Wild Side?
I keep Miami Valley. Afraid it's not.
Oh, sorry, Zach. Hey, mate, thanks for the call. You have a great afternoon.
All right, sweet as. You
Thanks,
too, lad.
mate. What's going on there? Tim, g'day, mate.
Hey, g'day, mate.
How's life, Tim?
It's bloody beautiful. It's a great day.
Good man. Good man, Tim. All right, can you name that tune, Tim?
I think I can. I think it's one of the greatest songs of all time, David Bowie's Starman.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a great song. Well done, Tim. Stay on the line. Tom will sort you out with an amazing prize.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate.
Just on the Fiji Airways app. Does anyone want me to check them in?
Pump it up a bit.
Didn't know what time it was, the lights were low. I leaned back on my
I heard something just recently, and it was the record company that was first came into contact with David Bowie.
Yeah.
And they wrote a report on his music, and they said he's a pretty bland.
It was when he was using his real name and he was in a band.
Yeah, and they said he's not very inspiring. He's pretty
rubbish.
Nothing really about him. Yeah, and boy, did they get that wrong.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
This, of course, is the chorus.
That high, the falsetto. I can get there. Here's Primal Scream.
Oh, another classic here.
Rocks!
Rock and roll!
Bhuja with Lee Hart, Jason Hoyt, and Loco de Noche, the Nightwolf on Radio Hauraki.
Primal Scream there, Rocks. Are you Botoxing again?
No, why? Who told you that?
Oh, it's just your face is really stiff. You got that stiff face going. Is that not is that the mask that you put on for going to Fiji? Is that
no,
what
I've
it
just
is?
been looking at Facebook for ages, and I get
Oh,
that
right.
Yeah,
it looks like it's just completely
Facebook face.
seized up. Because you did Botox for a while, didn't you?
No, not in my face. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I was just wondering. That's why I was just making sure you're okay.
I did the testicular Botox for a while to try and take the wrinkles out of my testicles.
Yeah.
You know, to try to even them out a bit, but I wouldn't recommend it.
No, well, you don't want your testicles to be stiff.
Well, not stiff, but more smooth, with a smoother hue around the whole thing. More of a boulder type scenario rather than
a
more of a pool ball,
rather than a drying grape.
Yeah, less a sort of a cashew nut kind of, more of a pool ball kind of look.
Yeah, sort of to go with your head.
Well, that wasn't the thinking, but you know.
Yeah, no, I just wondered because I know that you used to Botox. You're right, Matt.
Yeah, mate.
It's Fiji tomorrow, mate.
I know, exactly. 2 feet out the door. You guys talking?
Hey, you got any regrets in your life, Jason?
Hell yes.
Your career, anything you should have done, you shouldn't have done, programs you wish you hadn't done, things you wish you had done,
yes,
offers that came your way.
Yes.
This is Knock the Scab off Thursday.
Yeah, I just listened to that song and I just brought a lot of memories back. But what?
Oh, it's hard to. Well, this has come out of the blue, but certainly there's regrets in my life. Certainly, things I could have done better. Things, you know.
I'll rephrase it for you then. Is there anything in your life that you don't regret?
Yes. There are some things in my life that I don't regret, very much so. My lovely children, for example.
That's stating the obvious. I'm talking about more
my beautiful wife.
More you. I mean, that's. I'm saying that'd be your wife and kids are probably one of your few
non-regrets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean one of my few? I mean, my life isn't full of regret, but I have some regrets. I wish, earlier on in my life that I believed in myself a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. So what would you say to a young Jason Hoyt now if he walked in here?
Believe in yourself. What about yourself?
I'd be freaked out if a younger
you came in.
Who the heck are you?
What's going on? What are you doing here?
Who'd be more freaked out?
Well, if a young Lee Hart or a young Jason Hoyt walked in.
Imagine if a young Lee Hart walked in and saw you and went, "Oh my God!"
Yeah.
Like when they do those sort of health shows. Yeah. And they go, if you carry on smoking, this is going to be you when you're 48. Yeah. And they bring up this heinous picture. And they go, oh, my God.
So when we say young, how young are we talking about?
20.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, if I walked in here at 20, God, and that is scary. But one of the main regrets I have, remember the old Toffee Pop commercial? I think Carla Spencer ended up doing it.
Yes.
That was offered to me. The one where he comes out in the white robe.
Yeah, the robe, yeah.
And, the Toffee Pops, all this sort of stuff. I can't remember the script. But, the point is, at the time I thought, no, I don't want to do ads and stuff. And I think I might have just got involved with Hellers at that point. And I think it was in my contract that I couldn't do other food ads. So when they offered me the Toffee Pop ad, I just, rather than push for it, I just said, yeah, no, that's fine. But looking back now, I probably should have done it.
Right, okay. Yeah, well,
and then, of course, I think Carlos Spencer, wasn't it?
Hindsight's a wonderful thing.
He got offered it after I rejected it, and he went on. It's quite an iconic ad now,
Mm. Looking
but
back,
you can't change.
Looking back, like career-wise, I probably would not have been the face of erectile dysfunction. In hindsight, wasn't my best career move. The Toffee Pops, can see you in a robe. Queens of the Stone Age here on Radio Herdickie. Now, everyone will be aware of the fact now because we've been crapping on about it. We're heading to Fiji for our Bhuja trip tomorrow, thanks to Fiji Airways.
Yes, indeed.
And also, thanks to the Loop Duty Free, we're going to be completing a duty free run for you with $500 duty free. And I tell you what, we've had heaps of registrants across the past week. And today is the day that we call our winner, Lee Hart. So, shall we do that?
Yeah.
This is a live call, is it?
Yeah, it's a live call, mate.
I hope they answer.
I reckon.
Radio vignette when this happens.
Bloody loud ringtone, isn't it?
This is either going to be award-winning radio or the worst radio you've ever heard.
Yeah. Oh, come on now.
Oh, you're missing out on your loot here. Your loot from Luke.
What do we do in this scenario if he doesn't answer?
Duty free with us.
Panic, I believe.
We take the duty free with us to Fiji.
Hello? Hello?
If you keep saying hello, he might answer.
Why does it stop ringing?
Well, I don't know. I don't know these things.
Do we have another number to call?
I think that's our person.
Okay.
Let's try one more time.
Okay, try one more time,
Does
Matt.
that just double up on the how crap?
Well, it could.
Keep talking. It's like treading water with concrete shoes on.
We can't just wing things off the top of our head if he's not going to answer his phone.
Most of the show,
bloody good radio DJ, Matt, but I can only
most of the shows like
so much,
Isn't most of the show like treading water with concrete shoes on?
It is, but this is worse.
Wait. Oh no.
God, this must be so good to listen to after a long day's work.
People will be loving this driving home or in their driveway.
So what's new with you guys?
Oh. Leave a message. I'll try and get back to you.
We'll leave a message, all right, buddy.
Here's your message.
We'll leave a message, idiot. Pick up your phone. I'm trying to give some duty free to you.
God, Ryan, come on, buddy. Hey, I see Murph's here From the Wombats.
Murph from the Wombats. Well, we're going to have to move on, aren't we?
Give him the duty free.
Well, we could do, actually. He'd be stoked to have it, I imagine. What are we going to do about this? We'll discuss this off here.
Panic, I believe.
No, I'd never panic, Leeds. Matty, it's always just stay calm, mate.
That's what I'm going to do.
Stay calm and carry on. Here's DD Smash. Yes, indeed. Welcome back to Daily Bhuja this Thursday afternoon. I tell you, I'm very excited about our next guest, Lee Hart. And I'll be honest with you, mate, I feel slightly stupid, given that yesterday, when we were expecting him, he didn't turn up. And we spent, I reckon, about a good 20 to 30 minutes slagging him off.
In hindsight,
three voice breaks,
In hindsight, you do come across as quite stupid.
Yeah, well, it won't be the first time I appear stupid.
So we should probably begin with an apology of sorts, I suppose.
Well, should we introduce him first and then we can make an apology?
Okay.
Because we've got Murph from the Wombats with us. G'day, mate.
Hello.
How are you, man?
I'm very good, thank you. And your apology is accepted.
Thanks. Well, did you actually hear what we were saying about you? Because I think if you heard what we were saying about you would be freaking out. You probably wouldn't have even come into the studio.
I think I'd quite get off on it, to be honest.
Would you?
Actually, it wasn't that bad. Actually, it was more self-mocking. I mean, we get a lot of cancellations on the show.
Okay.
So we were actually amazed that you're actually even coming in, and then it looked like you'd cancelled, and now you're back on again. So it's win-win.
Yeah, I think because we often get famous people like yourself, Murph, in the station, and so often 10 minutes before the interview they'll cancel on us, and it's becoming a bit of an issue.
It's more a running joke now, I think.
It is. Yeah. So, Murph, welcome. I believe this is your first time in New Zealand. Am I correct in saying that?
You are correct, yeah.
Yeah, and excited to be here?
Very excited to be here. I haven't seen that much of it, and I haven't been a particularly great tourist, but from what I've seen of Auckland, it's awesome. The food's great, and it looks like all the plants have had, like, someone's been going around injecting them with crack or something, because they seem about 60% bigger than LA or UK or whatever.
Horse poo.
Probably the rain. I'd say a lot to do with the rain. Yeah. But you're probably not going to get a chance to see much of New Zealand, are you? Because bands touring, they never get a chance. It's too tight a schedule.
No. Yeah, we won't see much. We fly back tomorrow to Melbourne. Yeah.
God.
Jeez, eh? The life and times of a rock and roll star, Murph.
But my wife and I were saying next year or the year after, we're definitely going to come back for a few weeks and kind of do it properly.
Yes.
Do it properly.
Pardon?
Do New Zealand properly would be great.
Yeah,
absolutely. So how's it been going? I mean, you guys have been doing particularly well. I've been watching a lot and listening to a lot of your music. How's it been going for you over the last few years?
It's been awesome. Released our 4th album the start of the year. Seems to be doing really well. Touring in America a lot. I don't know. Just crack on, really.
Yeah.
I mean, we should address this again. So when you say 4th album, there is actually 4 albums here, because I used to play a bit of music myself back in the day, and we did 3 albums, but we skipped the 2nd album. We only did 2 in the end, because everybody critiques the 2nd album so much.
Okay.
It's like the second album blues. They go, oh no, the 2nd album wasn't as good as the first one.
That's a great idea.
Did you guys consider that, Murph?
Skipping the 2nd album.
Yeah, just going. Look, let's go straight to the 3rd.
I wanted the full-on punishment of releasing a
right.
sophomore
album.
A
lot of people say, old school thinking, you can't get to the 3rd till you've done your 2nd. But for me, that's
I'll be honest.
That's clever. It maybe on 5th albums, aren't bands supposed to have like full-on breakdowns? So maybe we'll just do a 6th.
That's the beauty. Once you get to 5, 6, and 7. People have stopped counting. You know how many you've done, and it's only the real hardcore fans that have counted every album.
Yeah. Speaking of the band, I mean, how do you guys get on?
Good.
It's just that we've had a few bands in here recently, and boy, I mean, you could cut the air with the electricity going on, Murph. There were some real tensions going on.
Can you divulge the names?
Well, no. Royal Blood. No, they're great bands.
They had a temporary breakup.
Oh, they did. They actually had a breakup in the show, Murph, and we actually had to sort of reconcile them in Studio B afterwards.
They had a gig that night.
They did, yeah. But you guys get on?
I mean,
you have your moments.
We've been like living in very close quarters for a very long time now.
Yes.
So, I mean, you do need your space, and sometimes there's been no full-on Oasis kind of style punch-ups going on. Which actually, probably, if we did a few more of those, we'd be a lot healthier.
And what's the Liverpool music scene sort of like now? Obviously, you mentioned Oasis there, but the Manchester scene there a few years back. Obviously, Liverpool 60s. The whole Mersey sort of stuff.
For God's sake, don't get him started on the Beatles, Murph. Please, please don't get him started on the Murph.
What's the modern Liverpool scene like?
I have no idea. I haven't been back there for years.
All right, okay.
We'll just hold it there, actually, Murph. We'll go into one of your tunes. What do you say? Bee Sting, this is the Wombats.
Oh, yes, indeed. Welcome back to Bhuja here on the radio with Hodaki. Jace, I think you've got a question from the Wombats, don't you?
Why the Wombats? Because when I first heard your name, I thought you were an Australian band.
Yeah.
You seem to have a bit of a marsupial thing going on with your band. Is that just my imagination, or do you have a bit of a fixation with marsupials?
I mean, I have a fixation with kind of all animals, really.
Yeah.
Make of that what you will. But it was just like a derogatory term used in university to describe one another, and we didn't have a name for our first gig, and Dan, the drummer, said, sod it, let's call ourselves the Wombats. And I utterly loathed it.
Yeah.
But then it kind of grows truer with age.
Yeah.
And then once you've got it, you can't go back, can you?
Not really,
yeah.
no, that'd be quite difficult.
Because did you know koala bears are lesbians?
Are they?
But
Yes.
they're not marsupials, are they?
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, they are?
Well, they are a marsupial.
Are they lesbian? I thought they all have chlamydia.
I mean, they have
chlamydia.
chlamydia, but
You don't have to be a lesbian to
there
get
is,
chlamydia, though, do you?
for the sake of breeding,
you know.
Murph, they do breed, but essentially, in spirit and soul, they're
I
lesbians.
was going to say, how would there be any koalas if they were all lesbians?
Well, I mean, obviously,
Well,
Matt,
they
there has to
breed
be some.
for-
There
not
has to
like-
be some male, and I mean, and they do it begrudgingly.
Not even the male koalas are lesbians.
Oh,
That's what's unique about marsupials. And
Yes.
they have pouches.
Yes, what the
There's
males
a lot
have
of-
pouches.
There's
And
quite a
the
lot of
females.
lies being told about koalas because they say the eucalyptus or whatever gets them high.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard
That's
that.
not true,
Is
is
that
it?
not right?
No, I don't think that's
I
true.
saw a koala drop out of a tree eating eucalyptus, so I'm imagining.
Is that why you were eating all those eucalyptus leaves when we went to Australia?
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to get high.
Is that not true?
Apparently it's not true. Yeah.
Which is weird when you think about wombats, because, you know, everyone goes, oh, I want to cuddle a wombat. But you're right, Matt, they're rife with chlamydia.
No, you're talking about the koalas now.
Yeah, the koalas. What did you think I was talking
Who had
about?
chlamydia first, humans or
Wombats.
koalas?
Pardon?
Which had chlamydia first, humans or koalas?
I don't know if we
Together with-
necessarily got it from koalas.
So there wasn't
I don't
like a
know if it
transition.
jumped. I don't know if that's how it works.
wasn't like a
mate, to be
transition.
honest. It's a different show, I think. But
So you're playing at the power station tonight, aren't you? Is it tonight, Murph?
I believe so.
Yeah. It's a great venue, the power station.
especially on a Thursday,
Oh,
great
oh,
night.
it goes off on a Thursday.
Oh, yeah?
And what can your fans expect from you tonight? Going through all your albums, or are you focusing specifically on your latest?
No, we'll give each one a decent crack.
Yeah,
I
good.
think. But obviously for us, the latest one is more exciting to play, but we're aware that our emotions and feelings come second to those of the audience.
Yeah. You're the servants of the people, Murph.
Pretty much. That's what they call
Because
me.
I imagine there must be an element of that, when you're touring and doing a lot of gigs and so forth. You must get bloody sick of doing your same old songs all the time. Do you ever get that sort of happening, or do you just love the live vibe?
Yeah, I never really get sick of it. I mean, occasionally you have a bad show and you're like...
I could ask you the same question,
Could
Jace,
you-
about
Jay-
this show. I mean, do you get sick?
I was going to say,
I'm doing the same.
Jace cracks the same jokes every day, and I get sick of it. So
Yeah,
it's a
I
fair
get
question.
sick of it, Murph. I get sick of it. But you know what I mean. It's like anything. I mean, if you were doing a play and you were doing the same play every night for a 4-month season, you get sick of it, Murph.
Yeah. But also, you kind of get better at it as well. I kind of enjoy after you've done a set like 100 times,
Yeah.
it just flows so
Tight.
well, and you don't even have to think about it. You can get drunk, or you can go and play with a koala bear, and the gig's still happening.
Yeah,
Do
nice. Nice.
So it's a great venue, that power station.
Yeah.
It's people nice and close. It's good sound.
Okay.
So if someone's, say, going, let's get the Wombats, we want the Wombats to play at our venue, what's your rider, what do you need in your rider? What are we talking in the green room here, Murph?
We're talking quite a lot of dips, quite a lot of hummus.
Oh, yeah.
cheese.
Dips, what kind of, you've got to, do you do the onion soup and reduced cream dip?
That's a very New Zealand
I
thing.
think it's a Kiwi thing.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
We may have to get that arranged for you. That can be our gift.
If you
to
like
you.
dips, Murph, you will love the onion and reduced cream dip.
Yeah.
Mate.
Hummus is the one. Is
Hummus?
what hummus.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Hummus isn't a dip.
Hummus is great.
It's not a dip.
It's not. It's just.
Of course
It's
it's
a
a
free.
dip. You can dip something into it. It's a
Well,
dip.
I mean, you can dip something into it. We're more sort of sour cream based dip
okay.
people. So dips, what are you needing in terms of
One of the
liquid?
most important things of recent has been like natural wine, like legitimately natural wine.
You mean like organic?
No, like like there's organic, biodynamic, and then natural, where it's been completely untouched by
the sort of thing the Egyptians would have drunk the 5,000 years. Tastes like shit, but it's natural.
It's quite popular.
Right. Yeah.
It's getting popular.
Is that a health thing or is it a taste thing?
No, it just tastes really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So if people want to get this latest album, how do they go about doing it? Spotify and all that sort of jazz?
Yeah, the usual digital streaming platforms, and I'm sure you can buy it physically somewhere. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people have been putting out the vinyl lately. You haven't put a vinyl out at all?
Oh yeah, we have.
Yeah. Oh great.
So I don't know if there's any in Auckland. We'd have to check.
We'll look into that.
Hey, we'll move all the very best with the show tonight.
Thank you very much.
And make sure you do bring your wife back and have a good gander around. It's a great country, mate.
Yeah, we will.
It's a beautiful country, and
I have some family here actually.
Yep, and also, we played some of your music the other day, and we got heaps of texts. People are really enjoying it. You've got to go for the rest of the country and do some gigs, don't you?
Yeah.
You Wellington tomorrow? No, it's just Auckland.
Just Auckland, yeah. How many gigs can you feasibly do?
Well, spring and summer, that's when everyone gigs around this country, so I reckon 10, 15.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you could do a tour of the country and you'd go great guns.
Nice.
Get you some nice wine, some nice dips.
Yeah, off you pop.
Yeah, beautiful.
We'll get some dips sorted out for you tonight, right?
Great.
Good one. Thanks,
you.
mate.
Thanks so much.
Bhuja with KFC.
Fun-loving criminals there on Radio Hurricane. Now, before we tried to give away our $500 thanks to our mates at the Loop Duty Free.
Yeah.
And what a bloody debacle that was.
They didn't answer.
They didn't answer. Ryan did not answer.
The beauty is we get to discuss the benefits of the Loop Duty Free. It's fantastic.
Well, it is brilliant. And that's why we had so many entries over the last week or so. Thousands of them.
We're going to be meeting up with the team tomorrow as well before our flight at Loop.
So once we go through, we go hang out with them.
Yeah, we'll go say g'day.
Yeah, nice.
And put in this person's order.
They might do some sometimes they do samples in there in the store.
Well, I'm sure they'll do some samples for you. No question. Here we go. Fingers crossed. Come on.
Glenn speaking.
Oh, g'day, Glenn. It's Lee Hart and Jason Hoyt from Radio Hodaki. How you going, buddy?
Oh, pretty good, buddy. Yourself?
Yeah, good, thanks, man. Good. What's going on? What are you doing?
Just gone and bought some tea. You got the two kids in the back and the wife in the front.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
What's for tea? What's for tea, Glenn?
Oh, mate, bit of roast house. Can't go wrong with, I think we've got pork and lamb, actually.
Right, okay.
It's just the roast you pick up.
Yeah, well, I haven't made it myself, that's for sure.
I love that. It's a great option.
Now, listen, Glenn, I believe that you went to radiohodaki.co.nz and you placed a bit of an order at Loop Duty Free.
Yeah, I did, mate. I hear you guys might be going on a big trip.
Yeah, apparently so. And I believe what you ordered was some noise-cancelling headphones and chocolate.
Yeah, well, I need to get the kids a bit quieter for my wife, to be honest.
There's a lot of great stuff for kids at the Loop Duty Free.
Yeah, a lot of great stuff.
Do you want to take them on holiday with you?
Well, I don't think we're going that far with that kind of carry on.
I'd love to some other time, Glenn, but hey, mate, the good news for you is you've won that $500 duty free thanks to our mates at the Loop Duty Free.
Oh, you guys are bloody legend.
No worries, mate.
True.
Don't thank us, mate. It's the Loop Duty Free.
Thanks to Loop. Yeah, well, next time I travel internationally, I'll be visiting Loop, I think.
Yeah, good on you, mate. Good on you.
They've got it all, mate. They've got it all.
So how does this work then? We've got a solid order?
Yeah. And when we come back, we'll pick it up for... we'll maybe speak to them before we go over. And then when we come back...
That's exactly what we're going to do,
We're going to pick it up for our good mate Glenn and send it off to him.
Brilliant.
Oh, mate, you guys are legends.
No worries, buddy. You enjoy that roast, why don't you?
Oh, we will. Thanks, boys.
Those noise-cancelling headphones, are they for the kids or for listening to music?
No, they're for us just sitting there when they're making noise like now.
Right,
So you're kind of going for a double noise-cancelling situation. Give them the chocolate and you put the headphones on.
You got it. Yep.
I'm starting to see your point.
Well, g'day, kids. Have a good one. We'll see you later.
Good stuff, Glenn. Stay on the line, buddy. Oh, hell's bells.
Daily Bhuja. It's on till 7 p.m, then Matt's on his own later tonight on Radio Hodaki.
AC/DC there, Hell's Bells, and congratulations to our good mate Glenn who won that $500 thanks to our mates at Loop Duty Free. Isn't it good to give Kiwi stuff? Actual stuff, Lee Hart. I find it very rewarding.
It's always better to give than to receive, and a case in point was that.
Still talking about
that jersey I gave you the other day for Christmas, and you didn't have.
I'm not going to relitigate this. We've been over it. We said no presents. We stood by no presents. You went outside the loop, if I might chuck that in there.
Guys, I don't want any of this in Fiji.
You went and bought me something. Look, I'll tell you what I'll do. We'll go to the duty free tomorrow. I'll get you a Toblerone.
It's not the same.
No, well,
you're making a big deal of it.
If you're going to make a big deal about it, I'll buy you something at the duty free.
I would need it. I'd give it to someone. It's not the same now. It tastes horrible.
Plenty more after 6.
Am I going to have to sit between you on the plane? Unbelievable.
I think you are between us.
I'll be in business one.
I think you are between us on the plane, actually, Matt.
I hope it's a license.
Surely I'm up in business.
Surely that's a licensed flight. I'm going to need it.
Got a credit card? Yeah. We got a credit card.
We will.
This is Bhuja with Lee Hart and Jason Hoyt.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back to Daily Bhuja this Thursday afternoon. Only one more hour of the show, fellas. I don't want to go on about it, but one more hour of the show, then tomorrow we're off to Fiji.
Well,
good times.
I've obviously got my show.
Oh, yeah, sorry. My bad. My bad, Matty. You got your show.
I've already put the sun lotion on. That
Is that what I could smell a bit of coconut.
I get in the mood before I go away.
As soon as you smell suntan lotion, you just think of summer, don't you? It's one of the great smells, I reckon, suntan lotion.
That coconut bra, you're not going to put that on, eh?
Yeah, the coconut. I love that. Actually, it's a weird thing to say, and it kind of makes me a bit horny. Actually, weird kind of way.
Yeah, can I just ask you, what's that you got on your face? It's some kind of. Is that some sort of mask or something like that?
No, it's just a different. It's a different sunblock in a way. Your face is more sensitive.
Right. Okay. Just seems a bit premature to be sort of shoving it on there now. I thought it might be
the better.
maybe preparing your face for the sun that we're going to have tomorrow.
Well, that's right. I actually put some on yesterday as well. You've got to penetrate the outer layers of your skin first, because as soon as you're in that hot sun, Jace,
I know,
it's just going to burn right off.
Kind of just looks like you've pasted your face with zinc.
Yeah, but wait till you get to Fiji.
Well, yeah,
you won't even notice it.
What, you're not going to shower before then and going to Fiji?
Hell no.
Okay, so you're literally you're prepped to go. Your skin is ready to go.
I'm literally ready to go.
Speaking of which, Matty, I wanted to remind you, mate, you all good for sunblock and that sort of thing?
I haven't actually thought about it. Actually,
well, you need to.
I have to borrow some of Lee's, or have you got some?
Yeah, I've got crap loads of stuff.
I'm not taking any over. I'm putting it all on before I go.
Yeah.
As I say, I'm putting in enough layers in, it's going in each layer.
Mate, I've got moisturisers, Matty, I've got suntan lotion, I've got everything you need. I've got lip stuff.
You've got that tanning oil, haven't you?
I've got tanning oil, yep. I've got everything you need. I've even got one of those little aluminium sort of walls that you can construct around yourself that reflects the sun on your body.
Have you still got the Jandal press, my Jandal press?
Yeah, I've got the Jandal press.
Can you knock me up a set of 10s tonight?
10s?
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. Mate, I'm good and I'm prepared and I'm ready to go. So the thing, when you're going overseas like this, Matty, to a tropical island,
that being organised,
you need to be organised, mate. You really need to be organised.
I had one of the worst hangovers of my life in Fiji about 10 years ago. Hopefully no repeats of that, eh?
Yeah, there'll be none of that kind of behaviour on my watch,
There's nothing like a massive hangover in the steaming sun, is there?
At least you got the pool, though. At least you...
Yeah, that's true.
You say that, though, you're right. At least you got the pool and all the sea, but you still just stay in your room. If you're incredibly hungover.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Watching movies.
Yeah, you could be anywhere in the world.
Hey, do you guys feel like a bit of Blink 182?
No. I thought you'd never asked.
Okay.
So it wasn't really a choice, was it?
No.
Not particularly, no.
Bhuja with Lee and Jace on Radio Hodaki.
What's my age again? Blink 182, Daily Bhuja.
What is your age again?
What a great song. I never get sick of hearing that one.
A lot of people texting in about your age now, Jace, that you asked that. We've got a lot of this.
Well, they've texted in that quickly, have they? I mean, I literally mentioned it 3 seconds ago.
Well, it's a pretty immediate thing, the internet, mate.
I mean, it's very rude to ask someone their age, I would have thought.
I know, but you asked the question of yourself, what's my age again?
No, I was saying that's the name of the Blink 182.
Do you want me to read some of the text? No. Okay.
Well, I mean, you can if you want. 38.
Old enough to be my father?
Well, it depends how old they are. I mean, if they're maybe 10, quite possibly I am, yes. Or 5. Or even 15, maybe.
No, that actually came from Bowden Barrett.
Oh, Bodie?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm certainly too young to be Bodie's dad. I don't know how old he is. But, yeah, no. Well, maybe if he's like 20, I could have been. But I'm not. I can assure everyone.
25. What is he?
I can assure everyone that I'm not Bowden Barrett's father.
I think it's pretty damn obvious.
I mean, it would be... a natural thing for people to assume, given the skills that he had and the skills that I had on the sports field, that there could be some paternal sort of linkage between us. But I can assure everyone out there that I am not, in fact, Bowden Barrett's
Someone
father.
said, "Thank you for fighting the Germans." I mean, that's just rude.
Yeah.
Are they referring to me when they're
I
saying
think
that,
they're
Matt?
referring to you and sort of suggesting that you might have been in World War II, which is just ridiculous and very rude.
Yeah. Did you know my father in the Korean War? Corey. Okay.
When was the Korean War?
50s. Started in 1950.
No, I didn't, Corey. I didn't know your father in the 50s.
That could be the
I wasn't even a sparkle in my father's eye in the 50s.
In fairness, that could be the PTSD.
The PTSD?
Yeah. Post-traumatic stress.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, it could be that I'm just trying not to remember that particular war, but I'm pretty certain I wasn't in it.
I'll tell you what, Jason, you're old enough to go to Fiji, and that's the main thing, and that's happening tomorrow, and I'm pumped.
Yeah, I know you are, mate. Well, as we were just mentioning before, you're already lubed and you know, you've got everything going. You've got your jandals on.
You've
You've
got
got
sarong there as well.
Yeah, your sarong on.
Yeah.
I mean,
has it always been see-through?
Yeah, he's got to breathe.
Yeah,
he's got to breathe.
Yeah, well, I was going to say maybe some undertrunks would be good. You've got sunlight coming from behind you there. It's a hell of a sight.
When I say it's got to breathe, think of a reptilian enclosure. You know, the python needs to breathe. The snakes need air as well. You know, you can't have an airtight
I
enclosure.
think the point that Matt was making was we'd rather not see your python breathe.
Python's a
point taken.
Streak
Okay.
as well, I think.
Hey, do you guys feel like a bit of she-head?
I thought you'd never ask, Chase.
And coming up shortly, we have some tyre pressure chat. Get those questions in now. What tyre pressures do you need for the weekend?
Bhuja with Lee, Jace, Maddie, Tom, and the Bhuja Hawk. Call them now on 0800 Hodaki.
She-head there on Radio Hodaki this Thursday.
Big fan of this show,
afternoon.
John, too. Good, isn't he?
Yeah, he is a big fan. He is a big fan. But right now, it's time for Daddy Bhuja's Tyre Pressure Chat.
Yeah, thanks, Jace. And we haven't done this for a while, actually. It's well overdue.
It is. A lot of people have texted in because you brought it up in the last voice break. The Hyundai i30, please, Lee Hart. Tyre pressure for that.
Yeah, you got a bit of leeway there.
It's a manual, by the way.
Yep.
Does that make a difference, manual or automatic?
Can do. How you drive a car can affect the tyre pressure. When you're race drivers, for example.
Yes.
How they hit those corners, this kind of stuff. Styles, horses for courses.
Can I just very briefly on race car driving? I saw in Formula One how they do the tyre changes.
Yeah.
And when they come into the pit stop. The record for the year this year was 1.9 seconds. But anyway, yes, Hyundai i30 manual.
You get away 32 psi on that one.
Okay.
Like even lower if you like.
For all the tyres or just the rear?
Yeah, just keep them nice and easy on that. It's a well balanced small car. I'm just gonna. You got to remember that the weather's changing. Climate change as well is starting to make a bit of an impact.
Yes.
Not just on the environment we see, but also our vehicles. You got to remember with every 10 degrees Celsius that changes, say from 10 degrees to 20 degrees,
yep,
your tyre pressure is going to change about 1.5 psi. Remember that.
Good to know.
Good to know. So if it's a hot day...
So if we're in Fiji, we're talking...
A hot day, you can afford to let a bit of air out of those tyres.
Oh, okay.
Interesting thing this weekend, people, if you're hitting the roads on the Friday tomorrow, full moon. Not a lot of people know this. Robust, a little bit fatter, again on a full moon. Just tweak them a bit. Let maybe half a PSI out of every tyre, and you're good to go.
Can I ask you oh, sorry, Matty, you go.
No.
So you adjust your tyres accordingly. Then by afternoon, of course, the weather's completely changed. It's gone up 10 degrees.
Yep.
The sun's come out. Do you then pull over to a service station and readjust your tyres?
You've got two options there, Jace. You can go to the service station, like you said. Perfect place to readjust them, let a bit out, and you've got the air pressure things to check the PSI. But what you could do, rather than that, you could hose them down at the petrol station. Hose your tyres down with some water. Maybe get some ice from the inside the gas station. There's some bags.
Yeah.
And if you've got 10 minutes, if you're waiting, make a couple of phone calls, perhaps pull over and just put some ice bags around your wheels. Just let them settle. Then you're good to go again.
Okay, you'd have to take the ice with you, obviously, if you bought it.
For me, it's probably easy just to let a little bit out.
You can use them for the beers in the back.
Less hassle,
maybe.
Less hassle. Or drive through a car wash. Could be a little bit more expensive, but take your car through a car wash, cools those tyres, plus you got a clean car.
Great stuff, mate. Great stuff. Here's Fat Freddy's Drop, Trickle Down.
Land Rover here, old style, big wheels. 28 PSI there, nice thick tyre tread.
Someone's asked about a 1994 Mitsubishi Sports Pack.
I'd be happy at 34 on those.
That's fair call.
34, front and back.
Don't mind that song, actually. Take a picture.
Bit of filter.
Bit of filter, yeah. Filter that into my Spotify, I think.
See what you did there.
Yeah. Thanks, mate.
Very good.
Thanks, mate. Hey, a big game this weekend, of course. Hopefully we'll be able to watch it over in Fiji.
Well, 2:30 a.m. She's going to be an all-nighter.
Yeah, the Fiji, they tend to air a lot of the away games for sure.
It's just whether we make it to 2:30 a.m.
What's the time difference? What's the time?
Same.
Oh, it's the same time. Okay, great.
But it's the day before, but it's the exact same time.
Yes. We're playing Italy. Do we care? I know
I care in the sense that I've more than I think about it, losing to Ireland was the best thing that could have happened to us.
Oh, very much so.
Year out from World Cup. Happened the year before the 2015 World Cup. We lost to Aussie, I think, didn't we? In the last...
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
You can only get better from that. That's great.
Yeah.
Best thing. If we'd won that game by a point, what's the point of that?
I think losing games the year before World Cup can only be a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
Got to be.
Now, listen, Matty, do you have the team line
do.
up for us, mate, so that the punters out there can have an idea of who we're playing?
You list them and we'll critique them as we need to.
I'll just start from one.
Yeah, if you like, yeah.
All right, starters. Offa Tuangafasi.
Yeah, good.
Dane Coles.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good.
Laulala.
Oh, you can't
Yeah, no, good.
Tupolotu.
Yeah.
Scott Barrett.
Yeah, good.
Yep.
Via Fafita.
Yeah, good. I like Vafafita.
Artie Sevilla.
Yeah, Artie's playing well.
Keza.
Keza, well, he's...
obviously they're putting him out there.
He'll be a bit filthy about that last game, I think. He's a great man and a great player, but he
Steve Hanson's been scolding the critics of Kieran Reid this week.
So he should. I mean, I think he's great.
TJ gets a start.
Yeah, okay.
Bodie.
Good.
Yeah, Bodie's
starting, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have gone Moanga.
Yeah,
but,
Moanga's on the bench.
Okay.
Naholo left wing.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Laumapi second five.
Very good.
Yeah.
No, we need to see if we can get that. But the problem is,
it's Italy.
You're going to see. It would have been better to see him against Ireland to see if he could have broken the line.
Yeah, true.
Laumapi and Leonard Brown is at centre.
Yeah, I quite like Leonard Brown.
Geordie Barrett right wing.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
See, this is where it's getting a bit weird.
He's turning into
Why don't you put him back at fullback? Who's fullback?
Mackenzie.
Yeah, okay.
See, it's got... Well, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just too confusing for me. What are you trying to prove there?
Don't know.
Well, I think they're basically looking at Geordie as one of those sort of Ben Smith type characters who can play all sorts of positions.
And
maybe they need Ben Smith.
It's probably going to get loose, broken, play a bit later on. They're all going to look good in those relative positions. I would like to see Moanga start at first five.
Yes.
And Barrett come on again as an impact player, because not to say he shouldn't start in other tests, but I love that. I love it when he comes on impacting.
Yeah, okay.
Even from fullback.
Yeah. Okay,
there'll be rhyme and reason to the whole thing for sure.
Well, maybe they want to put Ben Smith back at fullback and then see who they can have on the right wing.
But they haven't today, though, have they?
Well, no.
Yeah.
Well, they just know that they can have him there. Anyway, reserves Nathan Harris, Carl Tuanukuafi, Angus Ta'avau, Brody Retallick, Dalton Papali'i, Te Toiroa Tahuriorangi. Jeez, they're giving me a break.
He's the halfback, isn't he?
Sure. And Richie Moanga and Rico Ioane.
Okay. All right, that'll do.
I don't know what we learned from that, but that was pretty good rugby chit-chat.
Pronunciation, I think.
Yeah, it was very good. I was very impressed, Matt. Let's take a break. This is Bhuja. Bohemian Like You, Dandy Warhols on Radio Hodaki.
Better slice of my life, fellas. This morning went to my daughter's athletics day. She was in the, what do you call it, the zones?
Hold on, is this the slice of life?
The zones.
Yeah, the zones. Yeah, I know what you mean.
The finals. And she's good. She's very fast.
Is that different to when we get in the zone?
I hope so. And anyway, she did pretty well. Third or fourth, whatever. But what got me thinking back to my day. Oh, no, she's very happy. We're very proud.
My daughter, who's the same age as your daughter, thinks sports are a debacle.
Okay. Well, she may have a point there.
Sports just a debacle, Dad.
I'll just bring it back to my slice of life. And But it made me start reminiscing. I was standing there on the sideline, going, thinking to myself, how much longer is this going on for? And thinking, back in my day, I remember doing it myself, running around that track. I was really into the track and field.
Are we talking cross country or sort of 400, 800 metre type
This is what I was discussing with the guy on the sideline.
Yeah.
You got your 100, 200, 400. Once you got beyond 400, I'm going downhill big time. 400 was right on the limit. Is there a worse race than the 400?
Yeah, it was pretty heinous.
Yeah, 800 probably is the worst.
800 was pretty tough. Even the 1500 was pretty rough.
But 1500, if you're not into it, at least you can say, look, I'm just going to run my pace. I'm not expecting to win this. 400, you don't get a chance to pretend you're not into it. Because too late, you're in it. And you think you're going really well. You're in your same lane and you're going around in the second corner. I'm actually winning this. Then the third corner, a couple guys passed me. Then that fourth corner, bang. It's like someone's shot a blow dart in the back of your neck, and you suddenly lose all power. You remember that?
Yeah.
It's like you've
You've gone like the clappers for the first 200.
Yeah.
You've blown all your gaskets, basically.
It's and
it's a bit like sex.
I don't know where I'm going with this, actually, but it just really took me back to my athletic days, and I'm wondering whether I should get back into that kind of stuff.
I'd watch that.
Yeah.
Well,
shall we start a tournament called? I'm sure there is, but more like more of a media based, rather than rugby teams and stuff. Athletics, like an Olympics between radio networks and stuff.
Yeah.
So who would we go against? The Rock?
Yeah, maybe.
And other sort of anything you televise it. You could do shot put against Di Henwood in that.
I was into my athletics, as you know, but I had issues with my twitch fibres.
Didn't you have
and my
club
arms,
feet as well? Didn't you?
Yeah, club feet, but also my arms were going faster than my legs. So my arms would go really fast, but my legs just wouldn't follow my arms.
There's no real sport that suited your arms going really fast.
Yeah, totally.
Lee, you could do wrestling against Rog.
Yeah, nice.
I'd back you.
I was all right at javelin. Shot put, all right. 200 metres was my one. 100 metres, I didn't quite have enough time to get my speed up.
I was, in terms of sport, a very gifted sportsman, but it was all hand-eye coordination. I was good at that stuff. Athletics, not so much.
Yeah.
Swimming, definitely not. Cross country, I was pretty good at the cross country, actually.
See, the race I always wanted to see, remember Bolt? Usain Bolt.
Yes, I do remember.
I think I've heard of him.
100 metres, 200 metres, brilliant, right? He trained a lot at 400, but who was the guy that was top at 400? Last sort of...
Lewis?
No, at 400 Olympics.
American guy?
Yeah.
Oh, Gale?
They sort of had this thing where they were going to have a race together and make it 300 metres. I would have loved to have seen that. Sponsored and paid Bolt versus the 400 metre runner at 300 metres. Be interesting, wouldn't it?
It would be.
Because those 400 metre runners, they're doing... If you look at their breakup, their 100 metre times on the 400 metre, they're 10 point something. They're pretty damn good. Right round.
Yeah, well, you have, as you say, you don't have time to buck around on 400 metres.
If you break up the 400 metres into the 100 metres, that'll make for a good 300 metres.
Well, it's going to suit both athletes, you see. They never did it. They should have done it.
Should we take a break?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Quite a fitting song for you there, Jace.
Yeah, man.
Strip Search. Imagine if you got one of those tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, fingers crossed.
I tell you what, can we make this wrap up pretty good? I'm keen to get home and get packed and get my
lava
all my stuff packed up. Oh God, it's exciting.
It's very exciting, my friends. And so, what do we want to do? Do you want to meet up in a particular place before we
why don't
go
we just
through?
meet up at the airport?
Yeah, okay,
before we
good.
go through security.
Yes,
there's a little bar there. We'll just meet there and maybe
Well, I
have a
thought I was
coffee or a
busting
beer.
to yours and we were getting a taxi. What were you going to drive?
Oh no, I thought okay.
What if I drive to Jace's place? We could bust into yours. And
Well,
then
I was
get
in a taxi from my place to the airport.
Well, can you wait for me and I can drive to yours first?
Okay. Well, yeah, if you want.
I could Uber to your place and we'll get a taxi from there.
Well, why don't you Uber to my place? You taxi, Matty, and then we can taxi from my place to the airport.
Well, there's a bus that goes straight past your place.
Well, I could leave my car at the airport.
I'm not catching a bus.
Well, we'll take an Uber and my car to the airport.
Okay.
Right, now leave my car there, and then we'll have a car to come back in. Actually, if we're going to do that, might as well go in the car.
Well, if you're not going, if Jace doesn't want a bus, I'll just drive to yours and then we'll go.
Well, okay. Well, if you're going to take your car, I'll go in your car then.
I've got a better idea.
But
why don't we get the Uber guy?
If you do take your car and you drive back, can you drop me home?
Well, let's deal with getting there first. Why don't we get
Okay.
the Uber or the taxi to tow my car to the airport so we don't have to drive it, right? Don't have to use any fuel, all right? We'll park it so it's ready to come back, only paying one way. Take the taxi there, use a taxi chitty. I'll use the taxi chitty to pay for that. Then we'll come back in my car. You give me the taxi chitty you had, and I'll use it on another date.
What's wrong with busing from yours to Lee's?
No, I think the only time you can use the taxi chitties is when they're only for a certain period of time. Like
Right,
once we
okay.
get back, you can't use the chitty.
Or should we just take separate taxis for their own chitties?
Yeah, well, that's
Well,
what I
yeah,
was
you're going to
saying.
have to cancel that Uber idea because you can't use the chitties for the Ubers.
No. Why don't you taxi chitty to my place?
It's not an Uber chitty.
Well, you just...
I don't think you can get Uber chitties.
They should, really.
You guys taxi chitty to me. Meet at my place.
Sorry, say that again.
You guys all use your taxi chitties from your own houses.
Yeah.
Come to my house. We'll
Yeah.
meet there. We'll get an Uber and he can tow my car out to the airport.
Why don't I just taxi to the airport?
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, I might just
With
text
your
you.
taxi chitty.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, once you've done that, we'll meet outside security. Now, maybe have a wee beer or something or a coffee just out before we go through.
Okay, yeah, cool.
And then we'll meet our of course, our
Winners.
our guests.
Yes.
Our winners. They're not winners anymore. They're guests now. They're, what do they call them?
VIPs.
The VIP...
Companions.
yeah, brothers in arms, friends, what do you call them? Yeah.
How are they getting to the airport?
I think they've got some
Start.
chitties.
Oh, should we just go with them?
Yeah.
Where they live?
Get them to swing by.
Where do they live, though? I mean, I could taxi to where they live and do that, but then I wouldn't have a taxi chitty.
You could get a taxi van from your place.
Can you combine
But then I
chitties?
have to come to my place.
With our chitties combined, we could probably get a van.
Oh, you can use chitty for a van.
Oh, you can get a van with a chitty.
They're more expensive, though.
But the taxi chitties don't specify that it has to be a car.
No, I get that.
I mean, it doesn't cost more to get a van. I mean, it doesn't matter anyway. We've got taxi chitties.
So long as you're clear on the plan, Jace, we'll
Yeah,
be
I'm
there
good,
and
mate.
just make sure you're there, right?
All right, sweet as. New Zealand, it's been an absolute pleasure having your company this week. Make sure you take care out there from Lee, myself, and the Night Wolf. Until we speak again, Bhuja to you.
No. Bhuja Vanaka.